in 1908.
1908.
And the Mead building was originally used as patient housing for women, and it was part of the Yankton State Hospital operations until about the 80s when the patient numbers went down. So Dr. Mead is the one who built this in mind that beauty was healing. And so many of the architectural elements.
It's just absolutely gorgeous.
It was meant for the benefit of the women patients that are here. You're looking at the ceilings.
Yeah, wow,
They were painted back to the original. And as we go through the rooms, you're going to see, Ed, that every room, every area has different frescoes. So
wow.
be sure to do that, to look at that.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
And then when we get up to the second floor, we did leave one of the ceiling panels original, so you can
Oh, really?
see
That's cool.
what it was. So yes, Italian marble, isn't this just
This is unreal.
amazing?
I'd never been in here until the day that we did
The Feed Your Mind.
Ben's deal. That was like, wow, I've never been in here before.
Yeah. And
Not what I was expecting at all.
so the renovations took place from 2008 to 2018. And we had this vision of this being a vibrant center, letting the community come in, experience programs, but to see the history of Yankton County.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I think we'll head up these steps and let's just kind of go.
Oh, and by the way, this is a great place. You are Julie Mooney.
I'm Julie Mooney, yes.
And you're the
I do marketing and public relations here.
marketing and public relations here at the museum. And that's how I met you, actually.
Exactly. And I say that my job is pretty great because
Oh, you got a great job.
to
Yes.
tell stories about places like this.
Yeah.
Let's first go over and I'll show you, point out the ceiling. So this is how we found all of these ceilings. And then they were hand painted, brought back.
So they're all, and then they just redid them. So there's, and really in pretty good shape, really.
Right.
But boy, you did a great job of redoing them. Man.
Isn't it a cool perspective from up here when you get to look over the side?
Yeah, it's like you feel like, I wouldn't have thought this was a hospital.
Right.
I would have thought this was a courthouse.
Correct.
Does that make sense? It's like, it has the appearance when you walk in of 1880s courthouse. This is amazing.
And then also take a look at the floors. Look at the floors.
Yeah, the tile is amazing. It had to take a long time to do this.
If you point your camera up, look at how these ceilings are different.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, the trim's different, paint scheme's a little different, everything. Big windows. Absolutely wonderful. I'm a fan of tall doors and wide openings, you know?
Yes.
And the older buildings are just all done so nicely.
So this shows you what it looked like when we decided to renovate.
Oh my gosh. And somebody had the vision that this was, oh, that's priceless right
It
there.
is.
That is priceless. People have an eye for photos, don't they?
Right. So
That's amazing.
because this building was part of the Yankton State Hospital, the first exhibit that we built was an homage to that. So it was founded in 1879 as the Dakota Hospital for the Insane. And wow, lots of changes, and this entire campus is still here, but has been transformed
Unreal.
because of time and necessities. So
Just to think they built something this big for
So these were
To help
original,
people.
so these were original patient rooms. We left all these, at their point, but you have to imagine that there would have been a wall.
Would have been a wall here
We opened
and
those up,
an individual.
wall and a wall. So, when people come and visit here, you could spend so much time if you were going to read everything about it, but,
This is the way that, this is what draws people to come back and, okay, we did, a lot of times I do a quick tour through.
yeah.
And then they go, okay, we gotta come back because I want to take the time to understand
Read
this
it
whole thing.
And
Just
understand.
look at the grounds this covers.
You know, I love this photograph because those are
That's
the workers. And then Dr. Leonard Mead, he's right here.
That,
I love that
gentleman
they
down in the
took-
corner there,
yeah.
okay.
I love that they took the time to take that picture of the employee group, and that's
Yeah,
the fun
that's
steps.
phenomenal.
And then the group that did all the restoration, I just love how they
Oh,
took
cool.
the time to show the plaster work.
Wow.
Just imagine that every window had to be restored, and that was a project all on its own.
And they kept it original. Just did the work to restore it to,
Yes.
and that's a lot of times buildings, they don't do that. They just remodel it, instead of
Yeah.
keep it what it was. That's amazing.
So think about this,
amount of work that went into that.
1980, it was decommissioned.
Oh, yeah. That's
And
right.
then that gives you the historic Yankton started talking about converting this building into a museum. And I have talked to one of the gentlemen and said, I would love to be, I wish they had recorded when the first people walked through here.
Oh,
And
that'd
you
be
know,
fun.
like, okay, you want to restore it. This is what we're sitting with. So how brave are you now?
Right,
To take
right?
that on. I just think
Yeah.
that's entirely brave because it had to have been just a huge, huge project. And it was, and I remember
And it's not done through donations and stuff?
it was nothing yet done. There's still opportunity. And I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of the bottom, right underneath us. We have
Okay.
a full wing that we're opening in 2026.
Oh,
With 12 galleries, and that's going to be the history of Yankton, its first 100 years.
to our left.
So, look at the ceilings.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This one just was in the middle. And rooms like this we use for events, but for all of our summer exhibits and change exhibits that we can change out.
Nice. World War II stuff. It's amazing, so many, me being a retired military guy, I just love looking at some of the stuff we did that we'd probably never do again.
Yeah. This was special this summer for family members to come in and, for example, see Charles Brannow's actual uniform. Will be
And this is gonna be a Dakota story, it's all about Yankton.
everything from WNAX and House of Gurney years. There's going to be information about the Binder brothers and this.
The Vinatieri family.
Yeah.
And the Vinatieri family, who are they?
Well,
I mean, I don't know him
yeah,
anyway.
Felix Vinatieri was a musician that traveled with General Custer.
Oh,
And they have good family ties still here in an amazing number of ways. And then if you remember about the NFL kicker, Adam Vinatieri,
Yeah.
who came out of South Dakota State University, that is his direct descendants.
oh my goodness.
So his parents, his aunts and uncles, his grandparents have been involved
that's
in
cool.
dedicating that gallery just to them.
That is awesome.
Yes.
More to come on that next year.
All right, and then it's going to end with the 1980, when the prison camp came here, and Yankton Recreational, Lewis and Clark area, which, what would we do without that lake and that recreation, that defines the river, which started out our history in the
steamboat
that
days.
was very important. You bring it full circle. Today, that's what's special about Yankton.
Yep. I have ties to Yankton through my grandparents that Robert Roper did. He was the plant manager at the dam after all the dam projects. He started with the dam projects in Fort Peck and then just Big Bend and Oahe and all the way down. And then they did a museum in Pickstown, my uncles did. And that's pretty cool. So, yeah, Yankton's an amazing city. That's what, when I was a kid, we'd come down here. So.
Great old history, and it's up to the Mead Museum to
keep it going. Oh, I appreciate everything you're showing me today, so it means a lot.
Transportation Museum is probably one of my most favorite parts. So we wanted to show kids how people used to travel in the 1800s and early 1900s. So this room, especially in the summer, was energetic. There's nothing better than me sitting in my office and hearing
the kids look at it.
And they can jump on a fur trader's boat. We want them to get up
by the chuck wagon.
On the covered wagon. And I've got pictures where there'll be a bunch of kids in the truck and they have all their friends on back and they've gathered up all the food, the plastic food toys, and then take a look at this. They can dress up.
So how about that? Interactive. That's really cool.
And they can dress up in all the old clothing. Look at that.
Wow. Way cool. That's really neat that they can, come in here and dress up. They can crawl on the exhibits and stuff.
Right.
That's really, really cool.
This summer there was a college age girl who did a lot of babysitting for elementary kids, and she was here a lot, and she said, I asked the kids, what do you want to do today? Should we go to the lake? Should we go to the pool? Should we go to the park? Can we go back to the Mead Museum? And she was here often.
Wow.
And one day I had a laugh because I was wondering what they were doing. Well, this is a smart babysitter. She was taking these potatoes and she was hiding them in different places, and that's how she got them. And the kids were having so much fun. So,
that's really awesome.
That's important.
It is, and like I say, for how often can you go into a museum and actually touch stuff?
Right.
I mean, that's, sometimes you don't want them to touch stuff because it could hurt it, but to be able to have an interactive area is really cool.
Journeying Forward, Connecting Cultures is essentially about the Lewis and Clark expedition, and where many of places will just focus on when Lewis and Clark was there. This kind of covers the whole expedition, but also from a perspective of the Native Americans.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome, because that needs to be told.
Yeah, so
and particularly to the folks of the Midwest, the Native American culture is really important. Yeah, wow.
the Native American bull boat.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Pretty cool.
Pretty ingenious.
So I'm going to take you in this way.
Okay.
This spring, this past April, Larry Ness of Yankton loaned to us this Jefferson Peace Medal.
Oh my goodness.
Now, there are less than 5 on display in the United States. The Smithsonian may have them. We don't know if they're out right now. But this was one of the very rare 4-inch peace medals. And President Jefferson had just maybe 80 of them minted, gave them to Lewis and Clark, and they were supposed to use those as goodwill tokens.
As goodwill tokens.
To Native Americans.
Oh, wow.
So actually, Lewis and Clark brought 89 peace medals of various sizes.
89.
And only 3 of them were this 4-inch. So we've had people coming to Yankton to the Mead Museum from all over the country who are just enamored that they can see this original piece metal.
That's really cool.
Neat, yeah.
Really cool. Wow. Holy smokes. To have that is amazing.
Yes.
And you look at the minting process back in the day, it's not
Yeah.
perfect, you know?
So this metal was originally found along Platte Creek by some homesteaders, which is
Really?
about 100 miles from here.
Yep.
And it went through some different families' hands. No one really quite recognizing the value of it. At one point, it hung as a Christmas tree ornament for one family.
Really?
And then through whatever means, Larry Ness, who is a collector of Native American artifacts, did get it, and it's been in his private collection, and knew that it was important for people to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
it is.
Really cool. That's really special. He's allowed, shared with that.
So if you want to come in and learn and read, look at this.
Yeah, it's very well put together. That's the idea of a museum too, is to, understand what you're seeing. And this is laid out very well to do that.
And as we are gaining new, more factual understandings, we are updating this from the perspective of the Native Americans. So the two banners that are back against that wall were also recreated with new information, with more factual information, when we brought the Jefferson piece metal.
Oh, cool. That is
To our director and to the Yankton County Historical.
takes a lot of work and study to
It sure does.